Hi everyone, so WandaVision has officially finished. This is going to be my review for the series as a whole, so it's going to be a bit muddled and not really in order, and also look at my cool shit. I'm super chuffed. So I have written down some notes. It's not very structured, we're not really going to start in any particular point. It's a bit random, but that tends to be my reviews anyway. So let's just jump in before I ramble too much. Should I say spoilers? Spoilers for the show, by the way. I feel like if you're watching this and you get annoyed at the spoilers, that's your own fault, but spoilers for the show. So, slow start. The start was a bit slow to get into the actual story. I loved it because I kind of knew it was going to be a bit of a topsy-turvy Stepford Wives situation going on. My parents who were watching it with me were just confused. I thought the first two episodes were really charming and they really matched the sitcoms that they were going for with the show, like when Wanda was using her powers and basically it was all on strings. It really matched the era they were going for. The adverts were genius, alluding to Wanda's past. The first one I figured out pretty quickly with, was it a toaster? I know it was Stark and the red light was flashing like a bomb. I got that one pretty quickly. Some of them were trickier to figure out, but I liked how they're all connected to Wanda's past or present. As the claymation one did, where her life was getting sucked, and that's basically what Agatha was attempting to do to her at the end of the series. Even if you didn't really have any theories about Agnes and Agatha, you could kind of tell there was something off about her because she was so over the top compared to the actual residents. She'd be over the top for each era, while, you know, an actual resident would just act like a normal person. I really enjoyed Monica and Wanda's friendship thing they had going on. Before they knew each other, I enjoyed the little friendship they had, and then when they finally knew each other and knew who each other were in the real world, especially the end episode where Monica didn't try and stop her, she just said, good luck. And it just... I'm looking forward to that friendship in the future. This show made me care about Vision and Wanda's relationship. I've made a video before about the MCU's relationships and how Pepper and Tony is the gold standard because they're given 3 movies to really flourish. And Wanda and Vision are pretty close now because WandaVision has given it time to flourish, as Jimmy Woo would say, and given it time to develop naturally. Like, I actually felt sad in the moments where Wanda saw Vision's dead body and she couldn't feel him, whereas maybe last year and I didn't have all this context, I would have been like, oh, okay. Like, I feel sad for Wanda, but that's about it. Billy and Tommy were done really well. They're just kids, but I like how their powers evolved, and I like that Tommy's a more outspoken twin and Billy's quite quiet, because that is basically how they are. I'm excited to see them return, especially because you could hear them in the last episode shouting out to their mum. I wonder if they'll come back as teenagers and will really kick off the Young Avengers. Fake Pietro, let's talk about him. By the way, if you're new to my reviews, you'll notice I go pretty quick through everything, so sorry, but I only really have certain things to say. I'm not going to go through episode by episode, but Pietro. I don't think the reveal we got is the true reveal. I think Kevin Feige has something on the back burner for these characters. I think it's super cool that Evan Peters was up for doing this, and I think it's even cool they included him. They didn't have to. That's a really nice nod and a little gift to the fans. So Ralph was definitely the missing person that Jimmy Woo was trying to find, right? Which makes me think that he's not called Ralph, that's just a cover photo. Okay, Sword. So Hayward at the beginning I was iffy. I hated him anyway because I love Wanda, but I knew that he was kind of doing the right thing and assessing a threat, and I was kind of like, I understand it. I still hate you, but I understand what you're doing. But he kind of just went down like this weird villain route, and I'm not sure if I'm totally on board with it. I'm on board with it for the fact that I didn't like him, but if it makes sense for his character, I'm not too sure. The Holy Trio, Jimmy, Darcy, Monica. I hope to get a spin-off. I hope we see him again. I know Monica's in Captain Marvel 2. Jimmy's probably going to be in the next Ant-Man. Hopefully Darcy will appear in Jane Foster's Thor. But I hope we see those three together again and we get that X-Files spin-off that everyone was talking about. I like the dynamic. I like that they all seem to care about each other, even though they've only really known each other for, let's say, a week. I don't know how long that's been going on for. And they listen to each other. So fingers crossed we see them reunited soon. The Halloween episode. What an episode. First we get Scarlet Witch in a costume, Vision in a costume, Quicksilver, Speed, Wiccan in costumes, Agatha in a witch costume. It just was such a cool episode with a huge cliffhanger that didn't really carry on to the next episode, but I kind of liked that, because what could you have done after that? See her walk home? I like that the next episode is basically her having a giant hangover from using that much magic. I just like that we got to see the extent of Wanda's powers. Okay, so the episode where Wanda storms into the sword facility is, and also heartbreaking, because we see that Wanda just wants to have someone in her life, and we see that she's just so heartbroken, and Hayward was definitely egging her on. To whose benefit, I don't know, but he was egging her on. All she wanted was a funeral. Like, this could have all been avoided if you just let her have her funeral. And then the moment where she builds the house and all that chaos magic erupts, I'm getting so excited for evil Wanda. Chaos magic just erupts from her, and then she creates this vision out of her own memories, and it's just, there's a lot of chef's kisses. White Vision has disappeared. We don't know where he's off to. This is good because it means Paul Bettany's probably coming back. Also means we may get a kind of factory set Vision where he has to remake his own memories. Maybe with the Young Avengers. Finally, the Scarlet Witch is here. Her costume was so cool. Her hair was so cool. Her crown was so cool. And I loved it so much. I cannot tell you how much I was like hyped when she fully emerged in her costume. So I'm going to talk about the last episode because I know people were disappointed. I think that you guys and myself, because I thought Doctor Strange might appear, set ourselves up for failure. Because we had all these expectations of cameos that never came true, and then we were ultimately disappointed for what we got when it was a good wrap up of a arc. It answered questions, but it left questions open to be answered in future series or movies, so overall it was a good final. We got more shots of the Scarlet Witch costume. Monica is up to see Nick Fury probably, and Billy and Tommy are still alive, shouting out for their mum. And the last end scene. Oh my god. I thought it was Doctor Strange. I thought it was going to be Doctor Strange coming up and finding Wanda. But it was Wanda astral projecting while reading the Darkhold. The Darkhold is back in the MCU. Is it the same Darkhold from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Does this mean that's not continuity anymore? Hopefully not. Will we get a Ghost Rider? Hopefully. Does this mean Runaways and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. are all together? Probably not, but hopefully. I'm hoping to do a video just on the Darkhold. But this is so exciting. She is stronger than the Sorcerer Supreme. She will kick his ass, and I am looking forward to it. I'm so excited for Doctor Strange 2. Sam Raimi is in charge. I'm expecting some fucking scary ass shit, and I need to calm down. So that's my review. Basically just me bigging up the show and saying how good it was. I think it was just huge, bold move on Marvel's part, and it really paid off. And I'm excited to see Scarlet Witch back. Scarlet Witch. And I'm excited to hopefully buy that costume. And I'm just excited. She's going to kick so much ass. And then there's going to be a really good redemption arc. Anyway, that's it before I actually die of like excitement. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what you thought. What you thought of WandaVision. Did you like the final? Tell me about that. Video suggestions, also leave them down below. Subscribe, click that bell if you want to be notified, because I do videos every single week. Next week is an origin video on a certain purple masked villain, so I will see you then, and I will see you next time. Bye everyone.